The real UK stock market's great escape. Hello and welcome to today's Daily Blitz. Unfortunately, it's just me today. My colleague Boaz Shoshan is out preparing for Hogmanay up in Aberdeen. The topic I'd like to talk about today is one that we've often covered in the Daily Blitz, but there's been a recent development. As you know, I see the pound splitting the UK stock market in half between companies that are multinational and earn their revenues overseas and those that are domestic. In the chart you can see on your screen now, we've got the FTSE 250, the domestic stocks in red, the FTSE 100, the multinational companies in blue, and we've got what is splitting those two stock market indices in half in green, the pound. As you can see, there's been a divergence ever since about October, where the pound rose alongside the FTSE 250, but the FTSE 100 languished, and we've explained why in past videos. What I want to point out today, though, is that recently that relationship has changed. The FTSE 250 surged in December, leaving behind the pound, and the FTSE 100 surged despite the pound's strength. What this shows is that there's long-term optimism about the UK economy even when the pound is falling. The pound has returned to being a rebalancing mechanism for the UK economy, which means the UK economy and the companies that are exposed to it should be successful in the long term. If we zoom out to a chart that shows all of 2019, this becomes even more obvious. The FTSE 250 is up 25%, while the FTSE 100 is only up about half that. This tells you that Britain is going to boom, while the international economy and the FTSE 100 stocks that are exposed to it are not performing anywhere near as well. And there's just one more thing that I'd like to point out about this chart. The divergence itself began at an unusual time. You might think it would be the election that made the stock market move, or perhaps Boris Johnson's appointment as the Prime Minister of the UK. But you would be wrong. The divergence actually began in the middle of October, which is a real surprise because all of the things that happened back then looked like bad news. We had the prorogation of Parliament, we had MPs crossing the floor, taking away Boris Johnson's minority government, and we had basically general chaos with court cases and Brexit was in real doubt. But that's when things really started to boom. That's a great example of the point of maximum pessimism being the start of a real bull market. I think 2019 will be remembered as the beginning of the great escape of the real UK stock market, the FTSE 250. And that concludes today's Daily Blitz. Thanks for watching.